Record.
Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Brandy Walker and I'm a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus. And I'm here with Allison Caldwell tonight. She is a Senior Ruby Ambassador and she's going to be our next Emerald. We're pretty excited about that. But tonight this call is called Reset and Beyond. And we really felt like there was a need to talk to you guys about, of course, our new 3-day reset challenge that is absolutely amazing, and what to do for long-term success. So obviously, we know, fasting is wonderful for, a couple of days, but, just 3 days, like you have to kind of do something else after. So we want to kind of go over that. We want to go over the benefits of fasting and, what to do during the fast and what to do after the fast and where to go from there. So I'm going to actually, I was supposed to open this before the call, but I've got my orange reset box here, and hopefully you guys have already ordered one or you've already tried the products, but it comes in this super cute little box. And when you open it, you're going to get a little pamphlet in here, and literally, you guys, everything that you could possibly need to know about reset is in here. It really does have some great tips, but we're going to kind of go over, a few of those things tonight as well. And then when you open the box, it comes in 3 little boxes. So if you are working, or let me change the view of this, sorry. Okay, if you're working or you're on the go like I am, like it's so easy to forget what you're supposed to do throughout the day. But with these, you just grab day one and you're out the door. You can throw it in your backpack. Like my husband, he's about to do his 3rd reset, and that's what he does because he gets up at 4:30 a.m. There's no time to like prepare things. He just grabs it, throws it in his backpack, and he's got everything he needs for the day. So, but let's just talk a little bit about what are the benefits of fasting. So yeah, everybody wants to lose weight, and everybody wants to lose weight quickly, but that is not the only reason that, that a fast is going to be beneficial for, all of us. So what are the benefits of fasting after 12 hours? So you get a spike in growth hormone, and the growth hormone is a hormone that's many benefits, and it's got many functions in the body. And, for example, if you've fasted for 12 hours, your body starts producing an anti-aging hormone, which is the growth hormone. It's also the main fat burning hormone in your body, and it's involved in healing your joints, and it's important for making new protein. So if you fasted for 12 hours, you might start noticing that you got a little bit less joint pain or a little less achiness in your body. A lot of people will actually take growth hormone, but if you're fasting, your body will start making this naturally. So it's a really cool thing that just after just 12 hours of fasting, if you've ever like intermittent fasted, you might notice that if you've done it for 12 to 16 hours that, although you might be hungry, a little bit hungrier when you first start, your body just feels better. And so what happens after 18 hours of fasting? Okay, so this is a 3-day, 72-hour fast, and it's nutritionally supported. So it's not like you're going to be starving yourself, but you're getting plenty of protein and plenty of nutrients throughout this fast. But if you're really abstaining from actual food, after 18 hours of fasting, your body goes into a process that's called autophagy. And autophagy is a process in the body that recycles old and damaged proteins. And starting about 18 hours into fasting, your body will start to take any of the old damaged proteins that's just lying around and turns it into amino acids. And your body can use that to rebuild new tissues. So I thought that fact was really cool. After only 18 hours, y'all, that is really cool. So autophagy also kills off things like microbes, yeast, and other pathogens. So it can, your body can be healthy. So fasting often is very beneficial to your body. You see people like, oh, you got to have 3 square meals a day and you can't skip meals. You need to eat 6 times a day. Y'all, that's kind of old news. We know better than that now. And when you know better, you do better. So I have found personally, I've done the fast or the reset 3 times now. And each time my body and my relationship with food, like I'm not as hungry anymore. I'm able to, um, think about food in a different way. I'm like, okay, I went without real food for 3 days, so I can go without that snack for, 2 hours. It really has changed my whole relationship with food. And I've lost 8 pounds now, and I've kept that off, and the inches are still coming off. So, I have definitely changed the way I have been eating, but it's because this reset has allowed me to do that. It changed everything. It changed my cravings. It changed just my thoughts about food and what I thought I needed. I thought that I ate just in case, because I don't want to be, just in case I might get hungry. I don't do that anymore. I don't. And my husband is the same way. We're both able to kind of go longer between meals and pass up all those carbs. Like, we have hardly had any carbs in over 2 weeks now. And if you know my husband and me, that is actually really impressive. I've, mostly been gluten and dairy free for 18 years now. But just because you're gluten and dairy free doesn't necessarily mean that you've got a healthy diet. It just means that you might be substituting other carbs for gluten or dairy. And I found that that's what I was doing. I didn't even realize it. And that, some of those foods that are taking the place of the gluten and dairy were causing inflammation in my body. And this has just helped us, change our eating habits and lifestyle. So after 24 hours of fasting, at this point, you're in a fast. Your body has many different healing processes that kick into action. And one of the most important things that can happen after you fast for 24 hours is that your glycogen stores, or your glycogen reserve stores, that are stored in your liver, they become depleted. So basically that's glucose, and that's a really good thing. So the more glycogen, I have a hard time saying that word, from your liver is depleted, the more your body will begin to run on ketones. And it's an alternative source of fuel. So it's basically, the fats. And additionally, your body will start using energy stored in fat and turn it, like I said, into ketones. Using fat and ketones instead of glucose as fuel does really a lot of good in your body. You really should kind of study about that, because it just intrigues me. I've like been obsessed with reading about how this all works lately, because it's just so crazy how just changing slightly what you're eating and how you're eating and how long you go in between meals can change your health so much, you guys. It's absolutely amazing. Um, okay. So after 24 hours, a couple things that can happen: your inflammation starts decreasing even more, and your gut starts to heal. So if you have things like SIBO, which is a overgrowth of bad bacteria in your gut, that can start to heal as well. Your heart function improves. That's something I did not realize. Your heart loves using ketones as a fuel source. And so if your heart health can really benefit from fasting this long. And so that's something that was new to me. And I'm really kind of excited about it. There's heart disease in my family. And of course, I don't want to have heart disease. So I think fasting is a really good thing. Also, your brain function improves. And y'all, I can attest to this. I'm 51, and brain fog is a real thing. Menopause and just getting older, even though I don't feel really older, brain fog was like, that was one that, sometimes I scare myself. Plexus products have helped that tremendously, but I've seen like an extra layer of this, like the brain fog is just going away every time I do the reset. Especially while I'm doing the reset with no real food, my mental clarity is it's just crazy, the difference. And so the more you do it, I truly believe the better that gets. So some people will do a fast. Plexus recommends at a minimum of every 90 days. And a lot of us are doing it either every 60 days, and even more of us are doing it every month. So I think there's definitely a lot of benefits to doing it every single month. After 48 hours of fasting, you'll start to experience, even more healing. So there's a couple of things that can happen. Your stem cells get stimulated. The risk of certain cancers go down. That's incredible, y'all. And certain tumors will actually shrink. So if it's as if, the other benefits weren't good enough, but my gosh, like to have a lesser risk of getting cancer is amazing. So I think this has definitely become, a huge part of our life, and I hope it will be for you guys too. Okay, so after 72 hours of fasting, so this is a 72-hour fast, right? After a few days of not eating, you can experience even greater health benefits. Prolonged fasting that lasts 72 hours can really be powerful, like super powerful if you do it like I said, once a month, every 60 days, or every 90 days. So you can stimulate even more stimulation of stem cells. And stem cells are actually cells that really didn't have, like an exact purpose. But once you, go longer without a meal, these stem cells can be generated into something that your body can use. And I thought that was a super interesting fact as well. Of course, you're going to have better immune system function. Your my grandparents and my mom used to always tell me, got to get that good breakfast in there, and get those pancakes and whatever it is that get those 3 meals a day and get you some good snacks. Y'all, it's really not necessary. I mean, there are people that actually eat 1 meal a day, and their body, like, they're able to recover so much better than somebody that's just eating all day long. And honestly, it doesn't matter what you like. Obviously, if you're eating 1 meal a day, you need to have, um, you don't just eat just anything during that 1 meal. Like, you want to have really good nutrition, but it can be very beneficial. I've really, like I said, been digging really deep into this, and I just see hundreds and thousands of testimonies of people that have really, like, completely turned their health around just by doing a fast like this, and also incorporating intermittent fasting with it as well. And if you don't know about intermittent fasting, that's where you can go every day, or even like, 4 to 5 times a week, where you eat, maybe you have like an eating window where you just eat within maybe like 6 to 8 hours of the day, and the rest of the 24-hour period you're fasting. So a lot of people that do that, and I actually am doing that right now, and I feel so much better. Okay. So like I said, we recommend doing the reset every 90 days. So let's take a look at what is actually in your reset box, and just give you a few tips. Okay, so the first thing is our Plexus. I don't know if you can see that. It's our Plexus Hydrate. And if you read anything about fasting, or just about just your body in general, you don't even necessarily need to be doing fasting to take this hydrate. We sweat, like, even in our sleep, we lose electrolytes just by being alive, pretty much. And in the summertime especially, or if you work out regularly, you're going to need a hydrate. And this is something that, I used to drink it kind of in the afternoon, but we, once we started doing these resets, they recommend, and the reset box recommends drinking it first thing in the morning. I have noticed such a huge, like, boost in my energy level just by doing it in the morning time, like after I sleep, because who knew that I was depleted of electrolytes just by sleeping? Like, it's actually pretty cool. So I've kept that up, but this one is recommended to take first thing in the morning. Okay, so next would be the next product is our Lean Whey chocolate protein. And like I said, you're going to be doing a 3-day fast, but you're not going to be starving yourself. So you're definitely going to be getting nutrition throughout this whole fast. And this has, I believe, is it 7 grams? No, 20 grams of protein, I think. And it's basically equivalent to 2 scoops of protein. So this, actually, you can drink this. You can add, with the reset, you can either add water, you can add unsweetened almond milk, or you can add, I think, is it 1% milk? I think it's 1% milk. It's in the pamphlet though. And this will start your day off, and you're not going to be hungry. I promise. I didn't believe it, but I'm not hungry after that. Okay. The next thing obviously is your Slim Hunger Control. This is gonna, it's got a prebiotic in it, so it's really good for your gut, and it actually, it really helps curb your hunger. So you're going to be feeling like you're drinking all day long. You are. You're just going to have to go ahead and plan for that. You're probably going to go potty a lot more than normal, but that's a really good thing because your body's detoxing and you need to be flushing all those things out. So make sure that you are drinking plenty of water. And we usually say half your body weight in ounces of water a day. That's going to be a lot if you're also drinking all these drinks, but just try to get in as much as you can, because the more water that you drink, the better you're going to feel on this reset. Okay, the next thing is the collagen bone broth. And collagen bone broth is actually really yummy. You can add some seasonings to it, salt and pepper, maybe a little bit of, garlic powder, whatever seasonings you like. And I would start out with just a little bit, because I will say the first day I drank this, I added a whole bunch of stuff that I heard other people saying they liked in it. And I almost gagged, because that's not what I personally like. So the next day I just added a little bit of salt. Well, I tasted it first, and then it helped me realize, okay, what I needed to add to it. But this is not just like if you just go buy bone broth, out of the grocery store, it's not the same thing, y'all. This has, it's gluten-free, first of all, and it has 20 grams of grass-fed bovine collagen in it as well. So it's not one that you can just go buy anywhere. And this is very healing for the gut, and it also is going to help you feel full, just by drinking some bone broth. And it's pretty yummy. So the next thing is actually, I'm going to try to do these in order of how they recommend taking them. The next thing is going to be our active starfruit guava is the flavor. So this is a motivation and mental clarity in a powder form. So it's got caffeine from green tea and yerba mate or herbamate. I never know how to pronounce that one. So it's like the best pick me up ever. It helps me focus, and it just is going to give you like a lot of energy without like a crash. So it's not like it's not like getting a venti, coffee or anything. It's actually, it's just like a natural energy, but it'll definitely get you through the afternoon whenever you're feeling like you've got a slump. The next thing is our smart snack. So this is a green tea matcha whey protein bar. And I love this because all 3 days, like you get to a point that you just want to choose something, and this bar actually, I loved it. So, it might be, an acquired taste for some people, but for me, I loved it. Like I wish I could order these and just have them every single day, because I thought it tasted great. And again, it's got 7 grams of protein in that one as well. So you're already at 47 grams of protein by the time you get your afternoon snack. So at that point, you might be feeling a little hungry, and that's okay. That's totally expected. If you're getting hungry, do it. Make sure you're like drinking a bottle of water between each thing. Although that's what I did anyway. And then next for dinner is your collagen tomato soup, which is actually delicious. I wish we could order this one as well, because I love this one. I'll be honest, the bone broth, I mean, it's fine, but this is delicious. And so if you find maybe after the first day that you're not crazy about the bone broth, you can mix these soups. So what I did is I just put half and half. So I said I had half of each for lunch, and then I had half of each for dinner. And I really liked that taste a lot better. It just made it, I don't know, just made it more savory, and I just really liked that a lot. So, but you can, test it out and see what you personally like. And then the last thing is our Plexus Restore. So this one, most people drink right before bed, or that's when I did anyway. This is the product that solidifies the reset, because it works at the cellular level to defend against toxins and stress. Okay, y'all, I got the best sleep ever with this. I don't know, I'll be honest, I don't know the science behind why it makes you sleep so good. Allison may have some tips on that, but it is just, I don't know. I drank it hot to begin with, and I'll be honest, the taste was not exactly what I would say delicious, But when I drank it cold, I loved it like that. Now, some people love it hot. So you just have to test out which one you like. Some people like drinking it hot right before bed. And I thought that's what I liked. But when I tried it cold, I was like, oh, this is actually really good. It's a completely different taste when it's cold. So you just have to figure out which one you like. But the benefits of this are amazing. It's just some really good stuff. And like I said, so that's kind of a lot of things. I mean, I don't know that I drink that much, that many liquids just on a regular day anyway, but you really shouldn't have what you call hunger. Now, if you're used to eating a lot of junk foods and sugar and things like that, it may be a little bit harder, but you can do it. I promise you. And we have something called a hard reset and a soft reset. So a hard reset means you are only taking in what is in this box for the whole 72 hours. But we have something called a soft reset, and there are some suggestions in the little pamphlet that tells you some of the things that you can take in when you're doing the reset, like a half an apple, or I think it's 7 baby carrots or 7 almonds, or maybe you can add a little bit of milk, like I said, to your protein. There's nothing wrong with that. So if you're doing the reset to begin with and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't handle it, I'm failing, like, why can I not do this? Don't stress about that. Like, have a few almonds, or have, if you're really, really getting where you just can't. Now, hunger is one thing. It's okay to be hungry and you're not going to die, I promise, if you're just hungry. But if you're getting like really shaky and you feel bad, you can try to push through, but you can also have a couple of those things and, to kind of help you push past it. So don't feel like you're a failure if you have to do that, because I promise you, many of us have had to do that to begin with. But the more times you do the reset and the longer you're able to go without food, the easier it's going to be. So the first time might be a little bit, harder. Does anybody have any questions so far? Nope. Okay. Okay. Allison's gonna talk to us about a couple of things about Pivotal and such. So Allison?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I have I have a little bit of an idea as far as what would, let's see, I'm trying to make sure it's good. What would make you sleep better with that Restore, but I'm the same way. Like, I slept so great with that. In fact, I'm on my 3rd reset right now, day 1, and all I have left to drink is my Restore. But I figure if it's getting your body into that homeostasis point, of course you're going to sleep a whole lot better because everything's balanced out, and your gut makes your melatonin and things like that. So if it's doing that extra balance in your gut and you've detoxed all these things, like, it just kind of makes sense to me. That's my very unofficial sciencey version. So basically, yeah, I want to talk a little bit about kind of what follows on for the reset. I'm trying to figure out, can y'all see me big? Because I'm still looking at Brandy. I just want to make sure I've got it right. Okay, thank you. Because I want to be able to share my screen in a minute. So once you've done the reset, the most common question that I'm getting is like, but then what do I do? What do I do the next day? What do I do after that? What do I eat? Well, first of all, like Brady said, your reset is going to change your cravings. It's going to change your relationship with food. Even if weight loss isn't your goal, it still changes what you're thinking about, the way that you fuel your body, the way that you take nutrition in. You want to do things like keep your protein up, because like she said, you're getting in a lot of protein during reset. And if that drops down, then your metabolism kind of goes, wait, I thought we were doing a lot of protein. So it's not like you necessarily have to keep the exact amount, but you want to keep that high protein intake up. Another thing I wanted to mention about the reset is that those products are exclusive to it. And I did kind of ask, I went to a training in July in Phoenix, and I kind of asked him, I was like, so, are there any thoughts? Because I love the snack bar, y'all. It's so good. And I was like, are there any thoughts about, like, maybe being able to get that snack bar kind of outside of the reset? And they were like, well, probably not, because I mean, obviously it's been created by a dietitian and scientists, and they're, they've put all of this work into making it exactly balanced out so that you can mimic fasting, even though you're getting nutrition in. So with that balance, they want it to be specific to that. Plus, it gives you a reason to do the reset when you're getting the products that are in there and they're only available in there. But like Brandy said, I would totally get the tomato soup too. So good. So after you do your reset and you're thinking more clearly, your brain fog's clearing up, like you feel great. Obviously you don't want to just go run down the street and go back to your own habits and, hit your favorite burger joint and have a burger and fries. Number one, your stomach's going to be really mad at you and it's going to talk back. And you're just not going to feel as great because you got to think like you haven't taken in a lot of solid food in that 3-day time period. So you've got to give it a chance to kind of slowly reset. And we've got, a lot of ideas as far as what you can take in, even things like leafy greens. They're great, but if you take a lot of them in right afterwards, they're a little tougher to digest. So, you want to think things like, good, healthy, complex carbs, like sweet potatoes, a little bit of that. Maybe you're doing some lean meats like chicken, you're doing like quinoa, chickpeas, things like that are some of the snack options that I've heard. And that worked really well for me. I didn't really realize that the first reset. That's how I know what your stomach does. But the second reset, we did all the right snack choices the next day and meal choices the next day. It really did help a lot. And then as far as moving forward, the best thing you can do, y'all, is get your people connected with Pivotal. Get on Pivotal, get it going. It is so cool. I'm already somebody that eats pretty healthy, and I like Brandy, I don't do gluten or dairy. I work out very regularly, so I kind of thought, I don't know what this is going to do for me. But y'all, they have options to customize the recipes, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So the follow-ons to reset are Pivotal and obviously daily products. If they're not already doing that before they reset, if they start with a reset, we want them to follow on because you're just continuing that healing process from the inside. So I'm going to share my screen and show, let's see, show y'all signing up. Okay, everybody, can y'all see my screen? Okay, I'm already on Pivotal, so my husband gets to join right now. So you want to log in, go to Plexus Worldwide and you log in, and then you want to go to the left here under Experience Plexus. And then when you scroll down, it's to Plexus Pivotal under the programs. And so when we click on there, it gives you this whole screen about, what you're getting ready to do. And there's some information on, what it is. You have to agree to the terms, and I'm going to get him registered real quick so you can see how easy this is. That's it. I guess we're already in there because he's got a Pivotal dashboard. We have a resources page right here. This will tell you how many weeks there are, how many weeks you've completed, or how many days you've completed. There's a link here to the Facebook community where y'all, like the dietitians that worked on this and the site, they're going live, they're doing all sorts of extra support stuff. Pivotal is incredible, y'all. This is something that people are paying huge amounts of money for. My gym right now is actually doing a nutrition challenge, and they're doing, this is how you work with your nutrition. Here's how you do all the things. And I'm like, okay, mine's free because all of our customers, everybody that's got their VIP membership with Plexus gets Pivotal for free. And it's awesome. And so it has 3 exercise routines and 4 recipes with a grocery list and everything every week. So, when people are going, well, I finished this, what do I eat? Or what do I exercise? What do I do for exercise? Well, the shoe's not going to be the same fit for every single person. The products don't work the same for every single person, but they work for every single person. It just works into your lifestyle, and Pivotal is very much the same. So I'm going to look at the resources page here with you real quick because I want y'all to see what that is. It explains how it is. It's a 90-day program. It's quarterly. Every quarter, it starts fresh. And that doesn't mean it repeats. They have new stuff. So y'all, they just keep going and they keep giving us all of this amazing information and support for free. It's all included. So you've got links here to product routines, to the reset, things like that. You've got some more information here on all of these things. You've got a guide to the 90-day guide after your reset, like everything that you can follow on. I don't know if y'all have looked through this yet, but it's really pretty cool. It gives you the reset system. It gives you the difference, you know, a day in the life of the reset, like what you're doing before, during, and after, you know, what you're looking for. It just has such great information. And I'm not going to go through the entire thing, but I would definitely encourage y'all to go look through that. And then of course it has some shareables. It's always encouraging people to share their products and share their progress. So if we're going to go back to the dashboard, now it's not an app right now, but you can kind of create an app. Like I know I'm an iPhone user. I don't know if everybody else is, but I know like you can go and take a website and create like a little home app for it so that it's easy to get to. You can do that for your Pivotal as well. And you want to go through your weeks here. Of course, I'm looking at it and I'm going, it would be good if I could look at the weeks, and I might not be able to look at it in here. I'm gonna go back to Pivotal and see if it lets me.
Well, you can go backwards, but you can't go forward, right?
Well, usually I thought it would tell you what it was when you started. Maybe you have to get the email first. It does email you every week. I just wanted to be able to show y'all here. I can log out and log back into mine and show y'all what it is that it actually does. Let me log in under mine here real quick. Go to my Pivotal. And I haven't been looking at the weeks, y'all. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I haven't been looking at the weeks because, like I said, I already kind of do a lot of these things, but I've been going in and looking at it here and there. So it does show you progress in what you've completed. And it'll go through week by week. And it will show you, if you click on this current week, it'll have a little video. It'll have a link to your weekly goal setting worksheet. Up here at the top, you get to your day 1 movements, day 2 movements, day 3 movements. I'll show you those in a second. But it has recipes. It'll have 4 recipes for the week. It has your week 11 grocery list that tells you what your meals are, tells you what you're getting. We're getting, you know, how to fill your plate up with things. Like, I mean, it really gives you all of that information. And then when I was talking earlier about customization, you can do it for gluten-free, you can do it for plant-based, you know, swapping out ham for tofu, kid-friendly options. Like, it gives you all of these great options on how to make those customized meals. And then when you go up here to the movements, it gives you different movements to do every single day. And they're not things, y'all, that you need a lot of equipment for. They're not things that you can't sort of do from a really sedentary start, because some people are starting from scratch. There are different versions that you can do. They have beginner, intermediate, advanced on all these things as well. So Pivotal is absolutely amazing. I want to make sure I covered all that. Goal setting sheet. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I will come back over here. So we get them involved in Pivotal. We've got them, you know, looking at the movements. We've got them looking at the recipes. So they're getting ideas and they're getting that motivation to follow through with the mindset shift that happens when you do a reset. And then, of course, we want them to also be continuing on products. And the two, my 2 favorite ones that I recommend to people are either the Weight Loss Essentials or the Triplex. Usually, if I talk to someone and they're really, you know, focused on weight loss, I'll recommend the Weight Loss Essentials. But I always kind of tell them, then we'll look at gut health, you know, more specifically or more in depth after you see some more progress on your weight loss journey. And that's where we maintain better. And they're like, okay. So Weight Loss Essentials, what I like about that is it gives them that continued weight loss going, they're seeing the scale move, they're keeping the protein up because they're getting the lean for breakfast. They've got the MetaBurn, so they're still feeling the extra energy and they're feeling a little, the mood boost and, all of the good things that MetaBurn does as far as stress relief and management and all that, and extra hormone balance. And then the triplex is my other favorite one, but that's like always my favorite because that's where I started and that's kind of my go-to. Obviously, like Brandy said, the Slim is blood sugar balance and inflammation, and it helps with so many things. But the ProBio and the BioCleanse are going to continue that gut healing and cleaning things up in there that the reset started. So the reset kind of stirs things up. Actually, the Saccharomyces extract that they use in the Restore, Saccharomyces is one of the things that's in ProBio. So if you look at the bottle of ProBio, and I didn't grab them and bring them over here, but that's okay. If you look at a bottle of ProBio, it actually says Saccharomyces on there and it'll say contains yeast. So I have a lot of people go, well, wait, aren't we getting rid of Candida? Are we trying to kill yeast? Why does it have yeast in it? Because that's a good yeast, y'all. This is the yeast that kills Candida. It eats Candida and keeps it in check. So that is like our BFF yeast. So that one in there, along with the enzymes that are breaking the bad stuff down, breaking down the protective film on the Candida. We've got natural antifungals in the ProBio, so it's helping to really kill that off. And then the BioCleanse is kind of helping to just flush everything out and get all those toxins out of your system, keeping that bloat down, keeping things moving through normally. Because magnesium, y'all, it's good for like 300 or 400 things in the body. Like you need it for so many processes. And that is one of the things that I want to say it's like 80% of people are deficient in. I mean, it's a bad thing. And I talk to people all the time that can't go to the bathroom. I was one of them. I know Brandy was one of them. we talk about it all the time. Like I just couldn't go. And it was entirely magnesium, and it was the right magnesium. And the BioCleanse has the bioflavonoids and some extra things in there, the vitamin C and all that, that's helping it to oxygenate and to just kind of flush everything out. So triplex is definitely one of my favorite things because I feel like when you're looking at that reset as the overhaul of your metabolism and cleaning your, starting that cleaning up your gut, triplex is going to continue that job on a daily basis and keep it from heading anywhere else. It kind of keeps those cravings at bay. It just keeps you feeling better. So those are my favorite things to follow the reset with. And the people that have done it, I have a few customers that have really just dove into that pivotal, and y'all, they love the support there. And it's been really, really helpful. So that's what I've got for you. So I will turn it back over to Brandy.
Okay. I mean, that's awesome, Allison. The only thing I wanted to add to that is I heard Jim Diaz say, and I've heard it several times, that people who actually sign up for reset sign up for pivotal right after a reset, they have like a 90% success rate.
Oh, wow.
They usually continue with the products and such because it's just, they're going to see results. If you're doing the exercises that are in there and using those recipes, you're going to see success. I mean, you just are. And so I think it's just so important that we don't skip that part of it. I mean, reset plus pivotal, like that.
Right.
Super, super important. Yeah. So
yeah, because reset's a tool, just like everything else that we have. And it's part of all of the healthy things that you're doing in your life. And it will help you get to those other things. Because that's the other question I get a lot is, well, do I have to change the way I eat? And do I have to exercise? And well, you don't have to do anything. Supplements are still going to be good for you, but you can't out supplement and you can't out diet not moving your body. And you can't move your body and get where you want to be if your diet's terrible or you're not supplement. Like it's all part of the package. So
right.
I love that Plexus has put it all together for us.
Yes. And you see people in the gym like killing themselves and they still have this gut, I mean, nothing wrong with that, but you can just see where if they would change their diet and do a fast and such, that they would not have to kill themselves in the gym because I mean, your gut's made in the kitchen pretty much. So,
yes.
so yeah. Okay, I think that's all we have, unless any guys, any of you guys have any questions. I see a couple things in the chat. Oh, just good evening. That's all. Hey, Tina. Hey, Kelsey.
Allison, could you share how you made that Pivotal just more accessible on your iPhone by turning it into like the home screen or making it into an app?
Yeah, so anything that you have, like if you open, sorry, now I'm gonna have to kind of just show my screen here. So if you have whatever website open there and that little button at the bottom, if you click on that and then you put add to home screen, and there's a little button right there and it'll create what looks like a little app. And then when you tap on it, it just takes you straight to that website. So
That
it's
is
the little,
awesome.
the
Thank you so
center,
much.
little square with an arrow pointing up. Mm.
Yeah, it's super cool, actually.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yes, that's how we used to have to do the Plexus website before we had Engage. Unless we wanted to be going and typing it in 25 times a day. Which I used to have to do that until I figured out that you could make little apps. So it's pretty cool. Anybody else? Kelsey. Yeah, Kelsey is really cool, right? I didn't know either, like somebody else, posted about it. So I thought it was really cool.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and stop the recording and then we can
Okay.
move.